you guys know just how much I love a freaking Friday, right? I mean, Fridays are kind of basically where it's at for me. So, really, at this point, I just think that because it's a Friday, the only thing that we could and should do is just step into the goddess realm. Hey y'all, I hope your day is off to an amazing start, that your Friday is totally on point because, you know, I have to be honest, I've been really blessed lately, and especially these last few weeks. Like, I've been able to live my life to where every day feels like Friday, but now it's Friday for real. Working with some new studio equipment. I've got more on the way, hopefully coming like tomorrow, Monday at the absolute latest. So I'm really excited about all the new changes coming. I hope that you guys like them. Good morning, Nicole. You know the deal. Let's social it up. Grab your water, chug a lug, hit like whenever you're done. I woke up super dry this morning, and I know I didn't get quite enough water in yesterday, but like I'm thinking I need to start boiling water again at night because it's just been so dry. Anyway, I apologize that it's a little bit later, but it is what it is. I slept in. I slept really well, especially after only getting 4 hours the night before, but it was worth it. And yeah, I had some great meditation this morning. So I really, really, really hope that y'all are feeling the same buzz that I'm feeling, that you're getting the clarity and the reassurance that you are looking for, that you may need or desire from the universe and from everything around you. And that hopefully you're just beginning to see things like kind of take form, take shape, you know what I mean? Like come to fruition. So I'm just really excited. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm looking around. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I'm looking around because I'm just like, where is our message coming from? And I just am really feeling the buzz of our goddesses. So, goddesses, what do you... Oh, let's hold on. Let's give thanks. Thank you to God. Thank you to our angels, our guides, our fairies for all the amazing direction you've been giving us and so much clarity and support and helping us to understand what it is exactly we're supposed to be doing each and every single day. We ask that you can continue to give us the guidance and direction. Make it clear and concise so that we all know how to understand within our hearts and our minds. And also we ask that you give us confirmation to help us know that what we're hearing is our divine intuition, that our God-inspired intuition, that we're not just making it up. And so, God, we just ask you that you continue to bless everyone who hears this message, even if only in part. And all these many wonderful things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. I throw that last part in there because a lot of the messages I've been getting, there were some things where I was like, okay, am I being just ridiculously over ambitious? Like, is this even possible in the world? You know? And so my guides have been reminding me, like, no, like I actually wrote it down. It is exactly what you make it. It is exactly what you make it. And I was like, oh, so I can make it as big as I want, you know? But I ask that because there's sometimes where we have things that come to our mind. We're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Was that actually you, God? So just make it clear, God. Give us some confirmation. Ooh, hello. Thank you, goddesses. What do you have for us? What else do you have for us? I think we're getting 3 cards. What do you have for the goddess realm today? What do we need to know? This new moon, I believe new moon is tonight at, I think I said 11:07 Central Standard Time. Ooh, hello. Both of them. Okay. All right, y'all, let's dive in. So the first card we got today, oh, guess what? It didn't change my thingy. That's all right. We'll leave it be. That's actually going to bug me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to just switch around my backgrounds here. I'm really salty. I apologize. I assumed when I changed one, it changed all of them. All right. One more thing. Sorry. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Move me over a little bit. Okay. So, I'm sorry, guys. I'm giving away all my details. The first card we have is Ma'at. Fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And you know what? I'm actually going to just roll with that. I think we're going to get a little bit more clarity here. Which card was next? Okay. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So I'm going to sit tight before I go on that. Good morning, Shannon. So happy to see you with us today. The next card we have is Guinevere, True Love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So, two things. Obviously, this could clearly mean a new love within your love life, friendships, may even be actually romantic in terms of, sexual. Sometimes when we hear romantic, a lot of times we think of like partners in terms of couples, but maybe a romance even with yourself. One of the things that really stands out to me in particular is the romantic stirrings of your heart. The vibration that you've been putting out into the world, the universe delivers this great love to you. So a lot of times or not a lot, but lately we've been talking so much about our heart's desires, working towards creating the life that we want to live, walking within our life's purpose, and our life's purpose, how it aligns with our heart's true desires. And so as we dwell, and remember, Diana, keeping our unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions, as we dwell, those stirrings within our heart, right, that of the thing that we just genuinely love, that life purpose. It may be a person, it may be a situation, it may be falling back in love with ourselves. But knowing that whatever it is that our heart has been set on, that the universe is bringing it to us, and it's bringing it to us in great love. So it's really the thing to focus on. It's coming in great love, whatever that is. And what I would say to this is to focus on whatever, when you heard that or you saw this card, whatever immediately came to you, whether it was a romantic love with another person, or whether it was a love within your job or your latest project, or a love within relationships, then go with that. And then we have Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. Okay, got you. Now I've got some clarity on these cards. So really what I want, what I'm really feeling from the goddesses, or from our goddesses in particular, is that there might be someone or someone's, someone or some people who are a little frustrated. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm doing my intentions. I'm saying my I am statements. I'm really using my positive affirmations to raise my vibration, but I'm looking around me and I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor. Like I'm trying to, and really what the universe is reminding us is two things. Number one, love yourself, others, in every situation. Be comfortable. Number one, we have to be happy with where we're at. Right? Because if we're unhappy with where we're at, and we're putting out our intentions, and we're putting out all of these thoughts and feelings, we're now putting them out in a place of lack, or out of a place of lack, right? Because we're unhappy, so now I need this in order to be happy. But when you feel that unconditional love that isn't based upon stuff, it isn't based upon where you're at, who you're around, when you allow yourself to fill up on love, and again, I say that because notice she's got the receptacle right at her heart chakra. The cup. It's an empty cup. When we fill up on love, it helps us to look around and to notice. We can start to appreciate the things around us. Some of us might be empty right now, right? It's time to receive the love. And I love this, especially on a full moon. Especially on a full moon. For me personally, a lot of times on new moon, because I'm setting new intentions, I feel like so much of me is going out into the universe. But on full moon, at that time of completion, I really feel like, me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but I feel like it's coming, like it all comes back to me. Complete, whole, ready. So really love yourself in every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. So let me bring it full circle. There might be someone or again, a few of you who are maybe looking at a situation where you're like, it's just straight up like, why am I not manifesting? Well, number one, remember that you're manifesting, you are creating at every single moment of every single day, right? But what we're being reminded is not to look at the outward appearance. Remember, no matter what the outward appearance may be, know that it's being handled, whatever it is in your life, whether it's you're waiting on creation, you're trying to create or manifest something in your life, and you're just like, why does it seem like this person is always so much easy for them, or how come these people, or why not me? Just don't worry. What I'm not going to say is don't. Understand that the situation is being handled fairly. It might look like this person is getting a lot more than you, or that this person, they live a really quote unquote unhealthy lifestyle and they don't give two shits about the world, but how come every time they speak something they just get it? Understand that things are happening behind the scenes that maybe you don't know, but the situation is being handled fairly. And in doing so, again, what your heart is focused on, that's what the universe is bringing you. Whatever your heart is focused on, whatever love you've been really pouring into, whether it be into loving yourself, because again, we've been talking so much about doing that shadow work, going in, shedding light on the aspects of ourselves that we try and keep hidden, that we don't necessarily like, those hurts, those pains, those fears, those insecurities. So we've spent so much time, especially since the last full moon in particular, for a month now, working on those shadows, shedding light on them, healing them, integrating them into our lives. And the thing about Ma'at in particular that I'm going to correct with this card is you notice she's holding the scales. When anytime you see Ma'at, that's number one, Isis, but you think balance. Things are being balanced in our lives. We are now fully integrating divine masculine and divine feminine, right? To become that divine sun child. And in doing so, we've been focusing our hearts, our unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions, our heart's desire on what it is that we are called to do on this earth, on how to walk that highest goddess life, right? To follow our heart's desire. And in doing so, we've been focusing so much on that we're being led to, or we're being shown, Guinevere, true love, that the universe is bringing us exactly what we've been focusing on, and out of love. And Mary Magdalene reminds us, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what it looks like. Because again, we know no matter what we're seeing in our eyes, in our physical eyes, that it's being handled. That it's being handled in a fair and just manner. And again, guys, I'm reminded of that steampunk card we got yesterday. And steampunk in particular, what did she have on? She had on the glasses, the steampunk priestess. She had on the glasses, and the glasses had a little, and what it looked like to me was like a zoom lens on a camera right at her third eye. And the whole card was about, sometimes we're looking through our glasses, through our human eyes, and we're like, what the F? Like, this don't make no sense. But we also know that there is something, we're being guided, we're being led. There's something within our hearts that's going, no, everything is okay. You're fine. Even though in your physical world, you're going, what? You're divinely guided intuition. So that card reminded us in particular to stay focused on basically what we're seeing in our mind's eye and our third eye, and where we're being divinely led. To trust our divine intuition, even though what we see on the surface doesn't always make sense, isn't always clear. Nicole says, loving all the love cards. You and me both. Really, guys, when I started off today, I said, it's been amazing because I've been able over the last few weeks. I said, number one, I love that it's Friday. But the last 2 weeks, I've been fortunate enough to come into a place, an understanding, a realization, a vibration of creation to where every day really feels like a Friday. Like I got up on Wednesday today and I was like, I'm putting on a bikini and I'm going to the pool. In the past, it would have been like, I got to do this, I got to do that. Who has time? we're in a position to create. And I say all that to say, not to brag, I'm sorry, let me be clear. I say all that to say because I'm feeling the love and support. And even though, like the steampunk priestess, like that is hashtag my life at the moment, where I'm looking in my physical world and I'm like, okay, I'm slowly kind of seeing things make sense, but I know that there's that divinely guided intuition that in my mind's eye, my third eye is like, no, I am on the straight and narrow. I can see exactly where we're going, and I'm learning to feel the love, to fill up my receptacle on the love, right? That is flowing throughout the universe, that the universe is flowing and bringing to me, directly to me. And in doing so, it allows me to fill up my cup, to feel whole and complete, loved and completely supported. And in doing so, now I can look upon not only myself, but I can look upon other people and other situations, not out of judgment, not out of fear, not out of lack, but out of unconditional love. And when you look upon something with unconditional love, you're like, man, this really is magnificent. And the beautiful thing about that is you start to feel gratitude. You appreciate every single thing you have. We have quote unquote, surface gratitude where we're all taught, say thank you, be appreciative, but deep in our hearts, we're still grumbling. Like, oh, thank you so much. I wish she would have got me the red one instead of the blue. She knows red is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have different things. We say the right things, but a lot of times what we're feeling is incongruent, isn't in line with that, is what I'm trying to say. So now that we have gotten our entire selves in alignment, we are working to get ourselves in alignment. If you're not already there, we've taken in that unconditional love, and we now can see everything in unconditional love, which gives us a much greater appreciation. Because again, what we're sending out into the world is exactly what we're getting back. We are creating at all times. So if you are looking at your life, you're looking at a situation, even an area or a relationship in your life, and you don't like it, it's not about, oh, now I have to manifest this new relationship. It's about understanding the thoughts and the vibrations that you've put towards that, created it. We've got to remember to stop looking outside of ourselves. And really, this to me is a reminder to, again, make sure that we're not looking outside of ourselves for answers, that it's within. We are constant creators. Nicole says, so you know all those child cards we've been getting a while back? Yes, ma'am. And a few this week. We just took in my niece, and she is one of those cards we've been, wow. She's one of those cards, excuse me, let me start over. We just took in my niece, and she is those cards were gearing me up for. I'm assuming she had a rough couple of years and needs our family and stability and love right now. That's amazing, Nicole. That is amazing. Shannon, for just as a heads up to kind of catch you up, over the last several weeks, a couple of months really, we've been getting, but in particular, I'd say since the last full moon, we've been getting quite a few cards talking about children, working with children. Part of your life purpose is working with children. And it might be in particular that it is, a minor child, like for an example, Nicole, with your niece. And like you said, this has been so amazing because it's been preparing you, not knowing that was maybe going to be the end result, but it's been preparing you, or the current result, I should say. But also it could mean someone who might be older than you, but maybe not as spiritually mature on their walk. Maybe not as is full and understanding as their walk. One thing, Shannon, I will tell you is that with my readings, one thing that I know for a fact is that the people who follow my readings, who will follow my readings, who appreciate, have a love for the readings, that these people are being called. You are being called forth to there's something stirring within you. And it's like, man, I'm here, but I know I'm capable of being here. All right, how do I overcome all the ish that has kept me from blah, 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 blah? I want to create my highest goddess life. I want to live my life purpose. I don't want to live in a world, in a mindset of lack and fear and insecurity and doubt. So I know that, for example, people who hear my message, or the message, I'm not even going to call it my message, the message that comes through me, are called to lead. So if you're hearing some of this and it's striking chords randomly and you're not sure why, just stick with us. Stick with us. You're one of those people. And it's not to say that not everybody is called to lead. We are all called to at least be leaders of our own lives. But we all have different timing and different paths. And so I know the people who are attracted to the message that I share, you know, that we're all within a certain timing. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so who are we talking to next? And again, I love this in particular. It's just a reminder. Again, we're reminded in two places. Don't worry about what it looks like on the outside. Everything's being handled accordingly. Pay attention, stay in a place of unconditional love, because in doing so, when you focus on what you love, so often in the world of darkness, the world of fear, people focus on what they don't have. They focus on what they don't like. You know, they're not necessarily focused and staying tuned into exactly what it is that they want in their life. Most people are focused on what they don't want. I do this and this and this because I don't want that. That's a lack mindset. So we're not there anymore. We're beyond that. We're in a place of, and I got a personal card again in my personal reading this morning. The voice of an angel. If this reading, if this path is if this is where you are on your path, now is your time to let your voice shine. You have a message, a divinely guided message that brings love and light to the world. Now is the time to let it shine. Okay, do we have anything else this morning? Thank you to our goddesses. Thank you, God, for all the amazing messages. You know, my angels, they have been off the charts with me these last few days. Thank you, angels. There's actually an angel series that I'm looking to study. I want to go to Australia to do it. I don't even want to say cross my fingers. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to go to Australia to do it. I really feel a connection with the angels. Thank you, archangels. What do you have for the goddess realm today? One more. What do you... Woo! Oh, okay. All of them? All of them. You guys, I just got a glance at these cards. Oh, my Lanta. God bless America. Holy cow. Holy cow, holy cow. Okay, let's see what this first one is. Okay, this is why I shuffle in front of y'all so you can see the cards as they pop out. I don't want you to think I'm making this stuff up. Like, the next card we got was Archangel Raguel. Divine Order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So did we not just get two other cards telling us that the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner? And Mary Magdalene also told us, love yourself, others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. And then now we're being told again, don't judge what it looks like through your physical lenses. Trust your third eye. Trust your divine intuition. Look past the illusion. Now this is interesting. I want to come back to this because Archangel Chamuel's been telling us a lot lately. What is he been saying? He comes to remind us that only love is real. So if you or someone you know is operating out of fear, is operating out of lack, is operating out of why me? How come this doesn't look right? Whatever the situation is, might be at work, might be in a relationship, might be within the family, might even be conflict within oneself. Divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Really what I'm hearing from that is trust your inner peace. Focus on what your true heart's desire. Guinevere. Because if we're focused on the illusion, and this is what I love when we look at these scales, it's like the illusion that they're imbalanced, but it's more the angle. Don't worry about how they look. The truth of the matter is everything's being handled in a fair and just manner. All right, guys. So let me keep moving because 3 other cards jumped out, and I just want to run through these. This is... Woo! Okay, the next card we got is Leadership. Archangel Gabriel. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And really, I think this is for both of you, clearly. I I can't see who's on YouTube right now, but I can see who's on Facebook. And I'm just going to say, like, this card is screaming at both of you. I can't say it's not. It's not to say it's not screaming at anybody else. I can just feel you two here now. You're being called. Something is stirring within you. And Nicole, it could be your situation, like you said, in terms of taking in your niece and providing her the stability, providing her the love and comforting home that every child deserves and needs. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And one of the things that really stands out in particular is lovingly guide others. Now remember, what's interesting about this, guys, is we got the supernova card the other day out of our divine circus. And our supernova basically said the same thing, that you're being propelled. You're in a position to let your light shine, to lead, however, you do not move with force, because that's when you create the resistance, and the actual word it used was repulsion. So we lovingly guide others. All right, let me keep moving, because this next card is freaking bomb. Archangel Metatron, prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. Focus on your highest priorities, and I will help you get organized and motivated. So I want to surround this card with these two cards, because again, Mary Magdalene, or excuse me, Guinevere in particular, the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to bring a great love to you. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. So now that we're living fully integrated lives, we're walking within our life's purpose, our highest priority lines right up, right, with our heart. And then to really top it off, we're doing it out of unconditional love. We're not worried about, again, what the surface looks like, but now we do it out of unconditional love, just like Archangel Gabriel just told us, lovingly guide others. Okay, guys, so get organized. What do I do? Where do I go? Focus on your highest priority, which I can't tell you what it is. For me, what it is walking in my life purpose, walking my highest goddess life, living my highest goddess life, mind, body, and spirit. And just to top it off, in case you were feeling a little like unsure about things, I think this is like the second time we've gotten this card in the last week or so. Gifts from God. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open up your arms. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open up your arms to receive. Now, here's the big thing with that. Holy cow. Okay, boom. Your arms are your heart. Open up your heart to receive. Your gifts are literally the image that I'm getting is a hose. Like, imagine a hose, right? And your heart, it controls the valve. And your heart is closed. Maybe it's starting to open, so you get a little bit of trickle of gifts and blessings. But I'm just imagining this big balloon on this side, because the heart's being, and when we open up our hearts, allow ourselves to receive. Again, the biggest thing I always talk about with this card in particular is, what does she have? She's got that empty receptacle, that empty vessel right at her heart. She could have held it over here. She could have held it up to her head. She's holding it at her heart, talking about unconditional love. Wow. So for someone who is watching this, you have not been receiving your blessings. You are having a hard time creating. You're not, excuse me, let me rephrase that. You're constantly creating, but you're not creating what it is that you want to be creating, because you haven't opened up yet to receive. Maybe you've shed light on your shadow. All right, so oh man, I did get hurt in the past as a young adult, and so I did, okay, I need to heal that and let that go. Wow, guys. Gifts from God. Really what I'm seeing, I believe this is really the next phase in our healing. And the thing I love about this is, again, y'all, this is full moon. Remember, full moon brings things into completion. The situation's handled in a fair and just manner. The universe is bringing you the romantic stirrings of your heart, the thing that your heart has been focused on that you want so much, filled up with love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. Don't worry about the outward appearance. Divine order, everything's how it needs to be right now. Now is the time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And in doing so, just prioritize. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities and I will help you get organized and motivated. We look so much outside of ourselves. What am I need, when really we're being guided to stop and focus on our hearts, focus on what's in, focus on our divinely guided, lovingly, unconditional love, intuition. Archangel Metatron will help us to prioritize. We're not sure, where do I go? What do I do first? Stop and go within. Ask your angels to guide and direct you. And when you do so, when you heal that heart, and a lot of times it's not even, for some of us at a point now, it's not even about healing the heart as it's just as much about opening it up. And then open your arms. In this case, open your heart to receive. The gifts are there. We've been told twice. Fair and just manner. 3 times. Romantic stirrings of your heart are coming to you. And then now, gifts from God. Everything you want is coming your way. All right, let me come back and read here. Shannon says, funny, been thinking I'm supposed to be doing something else, but not sure, like something with the kids, not sure. That would be me. Yeah, Shannon, I would say trust your intuition. And the biggest thing about this, let me grab some water here because you know me, I start to talking and my mouth get all dry. The biggest thing here, and we're doing, okay, we're good on time. Oh, the biggest thing that we're really working on is stepping into our life purpose. I'm going to take just a brief segue, Nicole. And I want to just reiterate this. Whether you're new or we've been doing this for a while, but this is how we are basically basing everything. A goddess uses her knowledge of universal laws, her conscious mind, and her esoteric powers to manifest her dreams. A goddess understands how to transform situations using her highest influence to make her visions and dreams a reality. So at the end of the day, guys, that is ultimately what we're looking to do. That is ultimately, by living our highest goddess life, it's not about being selfish, and it's not about, you know, I want the big house on the hill and the fancy cars and the furs and the whatever. It's not about that. It's about knowing that we have a life purpose, that God, when we came to this planet, you know, God told us, you're here to do this, you know, or that we're being guided and directed, and that, you know, we live in a place, we live in a world full of fear and insecurity. People make fear-based decisions. And so, like you said, Shannon, you've been feeling like something's calling you to maybe do something a little different, maybe with your kids. Maybe you're not sure. And so what I encourage you to do is to actively, very, very actively, to explore that. One of the things that I'll definitely recommend is that you go back at least, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, but in your spare time, I would go back at least 1 month to the last full moon, and because every day our guides have been giving us more and more direction, more and more clarity, and it's not even about necessarily, you know, I need you to go out into the world and blah, 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 blah. It's just been today, I want you to focus on this. And it's a lot of it, honestly, is focusing. We've been focusing a lot on healing everything that's within us to be able to hear and understand what it is that we're being guided and directed to do. And then now we're moving into that phase of implementation. And the biggest thing that's kind of cool about this, Shannon, that I've had to learn myself is to drop the expectations. In terms of, there are some very clear-cut dreams that I've had, and I thought that they were going to happen like this, happen like that, and happen like that. Now, what I've had to do is drop the expectations. God has shown me, I've seen where I'm going, and it's exactly what I wanted. But never in a million years did I think I'd be sitting here right now doing an oracle reading online. Let alone period, let alone online. So I say that to say the path that I'm being taken, I've completely surrendered to it. But what I know, and again, I want to show you guys this card, this Steampunk Priestess. But what I know is that I don't have to worry about what my eyes see. I know that I can trust my divinely guided, my divinely led intuition. Okay, something's telling me to go this way. I just really want to, because I'm visual, so that's why I want to show you this card. And really what I find is the more I let go of what it is that I think that I'm supposed to be doing or how I'm supposed to be doing it, the more these gifts from God just flow. Okay. So here's the Steampunk Priestess, and I'm going to try and zoom in on this a little bit, guys. And I just love this card in particular. And again, what we notice is she's got her goggles on, right? Or her glasses on. And she's like, man, everything in my world says I need to go to work, I need to get a paycheck, I need to pay bills. But my divinely guided intuition, my third eye, notice it's got like a lens, kind of like a camera lens. My divinely guided intuition, though, sees something totally different. And the whole purpose of this card was to trust your intuition. And I just want to touch on this again, because that's really what I'm feeling like we're being told today. Again, don't worry about what your eyes can see. Trust your divinely guided intuition. 1, 2, 3, trust in what you see. 4, 5, 6, the truths behind the tricks. The illusion. 7, 8, 9, clarity divine. You shall see what you need to see at the perfect moment. It shall be. So what I would say to Shannon, to you, to anybody who's hearing this, I don't want you to at all feel like, oh my God, I'm behind. They've been talking about this stuff for 2-3 months. No, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're seeing, you're feeling exactly what you're supposed to see at the moment. As you gain deeper clarity and insight into your own spirituality, and I say that very emphatically, your own spirituality, because most of us grew up in religion and our spirituality is dictated to us. And then we wonder why we always waiting on a blessing from God. When all throughout the Bible, God told us you have all the power and dominion over this earth and the matter on it. He told us in all of John 15, I see you the same way I see Jesus. But yet, so many of us walk around unempowered because we're not tapping into our God-given gifts, our God-given abilities. So that is what Goddess Life is about. This is not about worshiping and praising ourselves. This is about stepping into our God-given life, our God-given abilities. There is a reason why we came to this planet. To be leaders, to share the light and the love within the universe, to help others to understand and to wake up out of this lack and fear-based mindset and mentality. Because then they keep producing more lack and fear-based results in life, and then which creates more disappointment and more frustration, and then we wonder why we can't ever seem to get ahead. Because we're constant creators. We're just so unaware and so unintentional that we're creating a bunch of crap. But we're being guided and directed. Remember, when you follow your heart and you are full of unconditional love, it doesn't matter what the things look like on the surface. God, the universe, your creator self, your higher self, your inner goddess, whatever you want to label it, I don't care, is bringing you your heart's true desire. But for most of us, our heart's true desire is, or I won't even say us, most of them in the world, their heart's true desire is rooted in lack, is rooted in fear, is rooted in disappointment, is rooted in insecurity. So if you're feeling a stirring for something, you're feeling like you're being called to do something, maybe with kids, maybe with your kids, I highly, highly suggest that you move with that, that you be with that. And here's one of the big things that I've been really kind of being a biatch about. And I say that with love, but I've been so forceful about. When we get direction and we get guidance, act now. And the reason being is because there are, again, remember this underlying order, right? Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. There are things happening in the background that we're not always aware of, right? In terms of, you know, sometimes, and I just use this as an example, you know, a person prays, they ask God for a blessing. We don't always see God orchestrating that blessing. Sometimes we just see the manifestation of it at the end, right? So same situation in terms of we don't have to see and know exactly how it's going to work. We just have to trust. And the reason being, the other side to that I really wanted to get at in particular is that there are energetic shifts on this earth. Like, there's no scientist that can deny that. Now, where people may start to differ is how they affect us as humans. And so one of the things that just has always stood out to me, you know, me being an analytical person, I'm also extremely practical, in the sense that, you know, growing up, when we're learning a little bit about the sun and how photosynthesis and the moon, and we start to learn about how the moon affects the tides, high tide, low tide, what have you, right? What's interesting about that is our bodies, depending on a person's state of health and age, are 70+% water. The healthier you are, hopefully your body is 90% water. Every single cell within your body contains water and plasma. So if the sun can pull and affect the entire tides, or not the sun, but the moon, I'm sorry, can affect the tides and the waves of the ocean, what makes us think it isn't affecting us? There's so many statistics that show, like, and I go back in on this because today is a full moon, tonight, because there's so many statistics that show birth rates, fertility rates, politics, crime. All of these things are fully affected by a full moon. Complete car. 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, it was full moon, and I literally had just got done talking about that here in the group, right? My husband and I later that day, full moon, was at 5. It was like at 5:34 in the evening, afternoon. So my husband and I went outside and we were sitting on our patio, and I was like, babe, I just want to soak it in. Even though it's still daylight, I want to soak in this energy. And I shit you not, I was telling him a few minutes ahead of time, I was like, this is what we talked about in the group and how you can predict this, 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 and this. Right at 5:34, my neighbors below me come tumbling out, fighting. Literally in a fist fight. Like, normally very quiet people. Well, mostly quiet, you know, guys. But quiet guys. And they come tumbling out. And I'm like, what? I mean, I freaked out on him. My mama voice kicked in. But at any rate, my whole point is things are predictable. So we want to work with the energy that is here on this earth. Looking even at nature, right? Even at nature, you're not going to go and plant, you know, living in Iowa, living in the Midwest, you're not going to go and plant your corn in December. There is a certain order. There is a certain flow of nature. We are not separate from this earth. We are not separate from this universe. So as things flow, we need to be flowing with it. If that makes sense, y'all. I really hope that makes sense. And when the more aware you are of who you are and your power in this world, understanding, and I'm not talking about anything spooky or religious, I'm talking about straight up science at this point. When you understand, like Nicole, you said you've been studying the quantum field, studying quantum mechanics. When you understand the basic science of this, you understand that you are creating at all times. So now that I know that I'm creating and I know how that I'm creating, doesn't it just make sense to create something that benefits not only you, but benefits the world? And the beautiful thing about this is, you know, coming out of religion, one of the mindsets that I've had to shed is that abundance is a bad thing because, you know, religion, it's like, shed all your earthly possessions and follow me. Hell no. I'm not saying hell no. Let me rephrase that. I know what I'm saying. I want to make sure that y'all know what I'm saying. What I'm saying to that is, it is not selfish to have the things that we desire around us. Number one, God told us he came to give us life more abundantly, and as in heaven is loosed on earth. So why do I have to feel guilty about nice things? But understanding that as you walk in your life purpose, as you let your light shine, you now attract two things to you. Not only the people who you are meant to help, you help them walk in their life purpose and let their light shine, but you also attract the people who are meant to help you. So being awesome, being courageous, living a life of abundance, living a life that of your creating that helps you to do what you were called to do on this earth, not living a life of I have to go get this job because I have to pay these bills because if I don't, then I won't and I lose and then I'm left without. That's a lack mindset. We don't operate like that. We're operating out of a place of love, out of unconditional love. And we know that God brings us the desires of our heart. When we do what we're called to do, it just flows. But what I'm feeling in particular is that one or some or more may be having trouble dealing with that trust. And what you're being guided and told to do is to trust, to follow your heart, to not worry about what you see out of your goggles, but focus in with your third eye. Focus in with your divine intuition. Explore that. Ask your angels to help you to understand. Your angels are literally sitting right next to you, around you, behind you, in front of you, under you, on top of you. Ask them, help me to understand. All right, guys, just a quick recap and then we'll wind down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go this long today. Again, we're just reminded, fairness. The situation is handled in a fair and just manner, and I'm going to go a little bit out of order. Divine order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see divine order. Look past the fear. Look past the anger. Look past the hate. Look past the frustration. Look past the disappointment and see the underlying order. Remember, Archangel Chamuel told us, only love is real. So if you're seeing something that isn't love, it is the illusion. It is an illusion. Fear, frustration, hate, doubt, lack. Those are all based upon illusions. Only love is real. Okay? And again, love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. And if you're in a situation or you're around people or you're even having a hard time dealing with yourself, you got to fill up on love. You have got to fill up on love first. It's hard to give what we can't, what we don't have, right? And as we fill up on love and we begin to open our heart in particular, the universe brings us the romantic stirrings of our heart. Our angels remind us, Archangel Sandalphon, that we have gifts from your creator. Open up your arms to receive. And the beautiful thing I love about that is we have gifts from your creator. What have you been creating? All right. Leadership. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And guys, the thing that's really screaming at me at this, lovingly guide others, walking your highest goddess life, living your life purpose. Again, when you allow your light to shine, no matter what the chaos may appear, the illusion is in the rest of the world, when you allow your light to shine, that is lovingly guiding others. You now give other people permission to let their light shine. I posted something on my Facebook page yesterday, and it was in reference to, let me find it real quick. Give me just a hot second. Posted a lot of stuff yesterday, apparently. I said, it's so wild. After about 18 months of clearing, charging, and creating, I'm being led back amongst the masses. Not to live like them, but to show them my highest goddess life. First, they ask why, then they ask how. Y'all know it's true. First, people ask why. Why are you doing that? Why you do this? Why you do that? And then all of a sudden, they're like, well, dang, she actually seemed to be getting some results. Like, how you do that? Y'all know how it is. And then finally, prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. What is it you are being called and led to do? Sometimes you start to feel really overwhelmed. Like, well, my grand dream is this, which means I got to do this. I got to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know. It's okay. What needs to happen today? Focus on your highest priority. And even then, the cool thing about that, guys, is when you focus on the highest priority, you don't even have to worry about the how. The how just comes. And that's getting out of that lack mindset. Because a lot of times we focus on, how am I going to do this? How, I don't know. I don't have, but I need. You don't focus on the how. Focus on the end result. Don't worry about how. Because again, when you're focused on your heart stirrings, when you're focused on the end result, it just comes. All right, guys, you get the point. I love you lots. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I know I went off, maybe on a side tangent or two, but really, I just really want to reiterate, we are constantly creating at all times with our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So many times we say the right things, but deep in our hearts, we're feeling something totally different. And then we wonder why we keep getting, inconsistent manifestations, why we're not getting the blessings that we've been praying for. Yeah, we get provision. Well, we're getting the big blessing. Because really what's in our heart, we're not always living that our highest goddess life. We're not living according to our life purpose. The thing that we truly desired, that not only that helps us, but helps us to help everybody else. Walking our highest goddess life. And the biggest thing that I feel out of this message today is just trust. Trust, 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 trust. Don't worry about what you see on the surface. Trust and know that you are moving in the right direction. Trust and know that you are moving according to the picking my words. Give me the words, God. It's kind of interesting. Do I even say that? I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna let you interpret it for yourself. Trusting in, I said, no, I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, you're being called to trust, to hear your intuition, know that it's being divinely led. Okay? Trust, focus your heart, open your heart. Because when you open your heart, the blessing just come, the gifts just come, the how just comes. All right, that's what I got. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me kind of go off on my tangent today. Again, I'm super excited. What's been interesting for me is I've also been, working on the letting go of the how. Like I'm in a position now where I'm just completely surrendering to it. How the universe wants to bring it to me is how it happens. But what's amazing is the clarity and understanding that comes, but seeing things begin to happen in your physical life. So I'm really excited to hear some of the reports that you guys have coming up over the next few weeks, especially since we're in summertime, focusing. It's full moon. We've got another new moon, I believe, on the 23rd. So we'll be setting some intentions. I've got a new class already set and ready for that. I'm so excited. I've been talking about a couple of the classes that I've been working on. Actually, I want to give you a little sneak preview. I got a few done this week, and I have a new piece of equipment that came yesterday, and I've got another one that will hopefully come tomorrow, and I can finish getting them recorded. Let's see, what classes did we come up with? We obviously have the one that I've been working on forever with the universal law. Okay, where are they? Okay, so I'm actually refreshing, putting a fresh life, fresh spin, and more detail and more content into the Emerging Goddess Challenge. I'm working on a chakra healing basics. That one is almost done. I really like that one because that's going to be something that you can do on your own at your own time. Flower of life manifestation. We're basically going to be doing some moon cycle manifestations, and that's the one that I want to make sure that is solid for next new moon in a few weeks. So new moon manifestations, and that one is inspired particularly by Maeve, cycles and rhythms, honors and cycles and rhythms of your bodies and emotions, and also Archangel Haniel, who tells us, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize on these cycles. So we are going to be capitalizing on our cycles. And I've got working on one in particular. I've got the outline. I just need to finish the details. Step into the goddess realm, discovering your life purpose. I've got another one. I don't think we named it yet. Attraction. Attract your goddess self through meditation. Attract through meditation. Something about meditation. And then there's another one based off of Ancient Tantra of the Soul, and it's going to be a bigger course. That one I hope to have done in the next 2 months. But it's going to be all about diving into shadow work. And there's a few more that I have written down, but I'm just being told to hush. So, lots to come. Lots already here. The reason why I share those with you guys is let me bring that full circle. It's kind of an example of, I knew what I wanted, and it was somewhere off in the distance, and I'm like, how do I get there? And when I started to surrender to it, like the how and the where and the howsy and the whysy and all the details, I'm just going to focus on what I want and creating it, and then the how and all the inner, it comes, guys. But remember, it comes from you. From you. Okay. Love you lots. Have a great day. It's Friday. Enjoy. I'm going to try and get to the pool. It's supposed to rain here in a little bit, so I'm going to, I'm going to take my butt to the pool, and then I'm going to start working. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.